Well, here we are, everybody. We're doing a bit of a double header on the on the main event today. We are starting off with Alamat with a song called I Love You, I Love You. I'm going to shrink myself down just a smidgen, and hopefully it makes the lyrics a little bit more easy to read. But in any case, this was recommended to me a while ago, and I wanted to get to it. So this is part one of the double headers. Let's check it out, shall we?
Ili Ili Tulog Anay, wala diri imong nanay. Kanto tinta bakal papay, Ili Ili Tulog Anay.
What a high note.
Ano ba? Ganyan ka na lang pala? Di lagi kang sinusunod para tumahang ka na? Hindi ka ba nag-iisip na may naghihirap doon? Kailangan natin magtipid, sige isipin mo yung kupuro luho ang gusto, parang ang dami ng kusing. Luha na nagdarali, tatumba sila pang singkunduling. Kaya ipasok mo sa ibuturan ng iyong sentido. Kailanman di madali sa kanya ang pagsakripisyo. Aking kapatid, di mo ba nababatid? Mga magulang natin ay piniling lumayo para mabigyang alalim mga paan natin sa kinabukas ay tatayo. Tsaka sikmura mong di nakukulong. Huwag ka nang magmumukmok, para din naman sa atin yan. Kung ba tuwing selebrasyon wala sila, kaya pigilan mo ang iyong puso, tapo ang itinitibok. Tila naman tayo ang ganito.
Got some pipes.
Hello, tabi pa. Ma, nadadawang tabi nindo ako.
Sa buhay ang pagkamusta, sa kada mapud ka, perming pangaji. Sana lamang makauli ka na. Pag nadangugan boses pagkahulong na. Salamat sa gabos na sakripisyo, dawa ka na sara. Ayos ka ba dyan, ay? Kumusta ka naman, ay? Nakakatulog pa ba ng mahimbing tuwing gabi? Kumakain sa oras na buhang umiti sa kabila ng kapagkuran na matinding kalungkutan na ita.
Ilubon pa, una-una lang itong pagkita. Basta malibay lang mo at ilang ko. Usag ka alaw kami mong trabaho para iyong makauli lang ka mo. Ang wala digda ang buhit kong ginoo. Sige na tay, maglulutula na ako para paningan to. Day, atus ratagamay, gipanganak tangalisod, ginikanan nato kung unsa nalay buhaton para di rata magutman kahuna-huna ba mo? Kung dili ra gyud makahuna-huna, ayaw ra kong pakita ang akamo. Paano may gana magpulis maot, kenis ka na magluha pa mong dugo. Wala na tayo mabuhat, kundi dawato ng tanan na kinina ang kamatura.
At umaga, ulila ang nadatwa. Hihintayin ang araw na tayo magsama-sama.
Usto ng tiyagsang itawan ng tipik sa kinamnama. Naibus pa yan din luluwak. Siyak bayla ang ngiti mga iwan kada kayo amamin.
E baling nang alalaki ng siping taat Chuko keni para kay kayo lingaman dakay. Ay kailangan mangulila, ulingan kanta kayo luguran dakay. Malwat na lang ala kung pantatang yung pong ima. Tang, muli na kayo. Gabi-gabi
go. That is a potent song. I'm actually really glad that I did the music video as well. I have been blessed in my time on this channel to have been able to be somewhat accustomed to some of the things that happens in the Philippines from what we've learned through SB19 specifically. A lot of the struggles that a lot of these artists kind of go through. From what I remember, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I remember feeling like it was pretty common, like they was saying in the song, like for parents of children to work really odd end jobs. And I'm trying to remember if it was Pablo, who his parents didn't even live in the Philippines anymore. And they were working to send money back to the family in the Philippines. I could be wrong. If I am, correct me on that, please. And this is one of those things that I really love about P-pop, is that a lot of times they can talk about a lot of subjects that otherwise I feel like is a little off limits when it comes to K-pop. The acknowledgement of parental sacrifice and hoping the best kind of gets me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, like that's always been my goal. I've always kind of hoped and wished that if I got big enough on the channel, you know, that I could do the whole thing, like go and pay off my parents' house and, you know, surprise them with their dream car or something like that. And one of the things that I really like is that a lot of times with these artists, especially in the Philippines, they do that. But obviously there is a lot of sacrifice that goes, because it's so much more of an uphill battle. I've had Alamat on here a couple of times, and I always felt like that they were good, but I was hoping and waiting for something of substance, and I feel like we just did that. I think this is the substance that we were looking for, because this really hits home. Like I said, the struggle that they're talking about of, you know, seeing what their parents go through, seeing what was required of them to be able to make sure that they didn't go hungry. That's a very real thing for so many people. I mean, I, again, feel very blessed that has not been me for quite a long time. This sounds powerful. Like I said, this kind of almost immediately just flipped the script on everything that I knew about Alamat. By the way, this high note is crazy.
Ganyan ka na lang pala, di lagi kang sinusunod para tumahan ka na. Hindi ka ba nag-iisip na may naghihirap dun? Kailangan natin magtipid, sige isipin mo yung kung puro luho ang gusto, parang ang dami ng kusing. Luha na nagdarali, tatumba sila pang singkunduling, kaya ipasok mo sa ibuturan ng iyong sentido. kailanman di madali sa kanya ang pagsakripisyo.
Aking kapatid, di mo ba nababatid? Mga magulang natin ay piniling lumayo para mabigyang alalay mga paa natin sa akin na bukas ay tatayo. Tsaka sikmura mong di nakukulong. Huwag ka nang magmumukmok para din naman sa atin yan. Kung ba tuwing celebration wala sila, kaya pigilan mo ang iyong puso, tapo ang itinitibo. Tila naman tayo ang ganito.
And I love that feel of just, there's a lot of humbleness behind this. And I definitely do not think that it was, I mean, it's obvious to say. I definitely do not think that this was a random happenstance, that the song has kind of a canticle choir feel behind it. Something almost like what you'd hear in a church.
Gabi-gabi at umaga, pag-uli ang damang hihintayin ng araw, tayo'y magsasama-sama.
I really do feel like that every single time I've gotten into a P-pop group, there's always a point where I'm just like, this is the moment that I'm waiting for, and this is it for Alamat and me.
Hello, tabi pa. Ma, nadadawang tabi nindo ako.
Sa buhay ang pagkamusta, sa kada mapud ka, perming pangaji. Sana lamang makauli ka na, buo pag nadangog ang boses pagkahulong na. Salamat sa kapos na sakripisyo daw ang kanasara. Ayos ka ba dyan, ay? Kumusta ka naman, tay? Nakakatulog pa ba ng mahimbing tuwing gabi kumakain sa
This song is special. Like I said, this has totally flipped the script for me. Incredible. I'm very much in reality trying very hard not to cry right now. I lose that battle fairly often. Very special. Let me know what you all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you. Dulce Pariculum.